What's up, guys? Mitch here from Quickie DFS. Going to break down tonight's Monday night showdown slate between the Rams and the 49ers. Just a quick recap on Week 10. Main slate, we absolutely destroyed. I know a lot of our members had a great weekend, so we're hoping to carry that into tonight. We had Dak paired with CeeDee Lamb, so that alone, had pretty much put us in the cash because it was a very chalky week. But thankfully we had CeeDee Lamb that really put us over the top and into the green. So we're going to repeat that tonight. As far as this game goes, it opened up at 45, shot up to 50. That's 5 points. That should be a lot of fun for fantasy, right? There's going to be a lot of points scored here. The total has risen, and I'm really excited about this game. The spread's not too far. I'm really excited about this game. We'll just talk about the elephant in the room. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Robert Woods tore his ACL and Odell Beckham went ahead and sided with the Rams. I personally am a Browns fan, so I kind of have this vendetta against Odell right now. But I am interested to see if Odell can kind of get back to his old form with a better quarterback in Matthew Stafford. But as far as tonight, they already said he's going to be limited. I'm not too high on him with his limited tag already. I will say they said that Cam Newton yesterday was also going to be limited for the Panthers game, and we saw Cam Newton kind of have a package, a red zone package, and he came in and scored 2 touchdowns. I'm not saying that Odell's going to come in and score 2 touchdowns, but if they do kind of have a package for Odell, I think he could have a decent fantasy night. But I'm going to take the wait-and-see approach on Odell. I've watched every snap of the Browns for this entire season, and the guy just doesn't look that good to me. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and if he burns me tonight, then so be it. But I'm out on Odell for this showdown slate. I'm going to take the wait-and-see approach. I have a feeling, or the game script I would like to see is Matthew Stafford kind of lean on his guys that he's been producing with all season. I understand Woods isn't there, but Kupp is still there, Henderson's still there, Higbee's still there, Jefferson's still there. Those are his guys, He trusts them. They have chemistry. Odell's only been in the building, I want to say, 4 or 5 days. Hasn't been there all that much. He'll definitely help this offense without Robert Woods. But I'm going to, lean on the side of Matthew Stafford's going to give his guys that he's been playing with the targets. Kind of old trusty Cooper Kupp and Van Jefferson and Tyler Higbee, and take the wait-and-see approach on his new shiny toy in Odell Beckham. So just to talk about Cooper Kupp, I don't need to say much. I think he's expensive, but I'm still going to play him in my captain. He's averaging over 10 targets a game. He's damn near averaging a touchdown a game. He's averaging almost 100 yards a game. I don't really see how you don't play Cooper Kupp. You could play him in your flex, but I'm going to play him in my captain because I think he has that much of a target share in this offense that you kind of have to have him. And with Robert Woods going down, does he rely on Cooper Kupp even more? Does it make you a little worried that now they're going to really be focused on Cooper Kupp and not so much Robert Woods? We'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to be all in on Cooper Kupp in my captain. If I like Kupp, obviously I like Stafford. Dude's been pretty good this year. And I'd like to pair Kupp with Stafford if I'm going to play Kupp in my captain. It just makes sense to have Stafford. Now, you could play Stafford in your captain, and hopefully he kind of spreads it out and doesn't throw two touchdowns to Kupp. Maybe he throws one to Higbee, Jefferson, and or maybe Darrell Henderson runs some in, and that's where you could get away from Kupp at your captain, if you wanted to. But to me, my 3 captains are going to be Kupp, Stafford, and Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson, just for the salary relief, because since he's gotten his role in this offense, he's playing 80 to 90% of the snaps, which is obviously really good, and I don't think he's going to take much of a hit without Robert Woods being there and Odell being there. I think he'll still have a role in this offense, a huge role in this offense. They like him. He's good. Look at his targets. So I do like, the captain, Van Jefferson. But I'm going to go with Kupp in my captain, paired with Stafford. Jimmy Garoppolo, last 2 games, has been really honestly good. I think he's scored the most fantasy points in his life. The last 2 games, he had 30 points and 23 points. You could play him, but with so much options on this slate and so many people you want to jam into your lineup, I think it's kind of hard to play Jimmy Garoppolo at 10K. But he has been hot, for what it is. I want to say he rushed in, 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago, which is, he did right here, which is, odd for Jimmy Garoppolo. So he definitely does have some, fantasy value, but it's not something I really want to do at 10K on this type of slate. I'm thinking I'm going to go kind of more of a Rams onslaught here and just run it back with maybe 1 to 2 of the pass catchers and maybe, Elijah Mitchell. But I'm going to go with an onslaught of the Rams here. So I'm going to be out on Jimmy Garoppolo tonight. Darrell Henderson, you could play him, but I want to lean the pass catchers in this game. I like the Vegas total. I think it's going to, have a high probability of shooting out. And that's not to say that Darrell Henderson won't be involved, but we've seen what Stafford and Kupp can do in the red zone and stuff. They don't necessarily, lean on the run too much when they get down to the red zone. They're still a very pass-heavy team. So it kind of takes me off of Henderson a little bit, and we still do have Sony Michel. I know Sony Michel's role is like nothing, but he still does, get in the backfield a little bit. So it kind of takes me off of Henderson. And it's more, he gets in the backfield more when, Henderson just needs to catch his breath. But say Henderson gets them down to the goal line, he gets gassed, and they throw in Sony Michel, and, you get vultured by Michel. So I'm not really too high on Henderson, but I can't fault you for playing him. I'm going to probably be pretty high on Debo Samuels and George Kittle. We've known what Samuel has done this course of the season, but with Kittle back, I think it kind of takes away from Debo a little bit. And we saw Kittle only playing, I want to say, 64% of the snaps last week. And we know Kittle's a 90% snap player, 99% of the time in the game. So at this price for Kittle is a really good price for someone that's never going to leave the field. And even last week, like I said, he didn't play every snap, and he still had 100 yards, 8 targets, and a touchdown. So he's gonna be just another week healthy. So I really do like George Kittle tonight. I'm going to lean Kittle just because of the price difference between Samuel and Kittle. And it's going to be the same thing over here on FanDuel. I'm going to lean Kittle just because of the price difference between the two. And moving on down, this dude, for whatever reason, was in the doghouse. Kyle Shanahan in the beginning of the year wasn't wanting to play Brandon Ayuk. But over the past 2 weeks, he's had an uptick in snaps. 80% 2 weeks ago and 88% of snaps last week. And when he's had the snap, he's had the opportunities, he gets the targets. For whatever reason, they weren't doing that in the beginning of the season. So I actually do like Ayuk today. He did, score a touchdown last week. I think Ayuk is pretty valuable in this offense. And if the 49ers want to, stay close to the Rams, they're going to have to, spread the ball around. Samuel's just too expensive for me, so Kittle and Ayuk are really good plays. Moving down to Elijah Mitchell, he is the bell cow back in 49ers, for the 49ers, but in a game script that you don't necessarily know if he is going to be in all that much because they're going to be passing a lot. You've seen his attempts on the ground kind of dropped last week. But he is the bell cow. He did have a little more targets last week in a game that they were trailing. So that is good in the game script that we are kind of predicting that the 49ers are going to have to keep up. But I'm still going to try to go with Kittle and Ayuk. I think Ayuk could be valuable because everyone's kind of got a sour taste in their mouth from what he had done in the beginning of the year. So you might catch Ayuk at a lower ownership. And I do expect Elijah Mitchell to be the highest owned 49er on the slate. So just to be different, I'm not trying to split, first place with 100 million people. I'm going to, lean Ayuk and Kittle. But I do think Elijah Mitchell is a good play. But just on an ownership kind of thing, I might not play Elijah Mitchell just because of the ownership. Tyler Higbee plays every snap for the Rams, but he doesn't necessarily do all that much. He's, a solid 10-point guy, but on a showdown slate, I think you need something more than that. Maybe his role increases a little bit because of Robert Woods not being there, but it's not something I love. Stafford's going to throw to Cup. That's a guaranteed. And right below Higbee is Van Jefferson. I think Van Jefferson is really just underpriced on this slate. I don't know why he's 5,400 on DraftKings. He should be a little more expensive. But on a slate you need value, I'm going to lock and load Van Jefferson in the flex. I also think he could be a captain if you wanted to get some value in your captain, so you could kind of load up on the other guys. But this is going to be, my three main players from the Rams in all my lineups, because I think they're just they're Stafford's guys. Odell is there, but do they have any chemistry? We'll just wait and see. So those are going to be my three from the Rams. And Sony Michel, can't do it. The Rams, maybe, if you needed them. If Von Miller plays Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, it's kind of unfair that they're all together. So I could definitely see people picking the Rams here, and hopefully, Jimmy throws a pick six. But that's kind of, guessing. You can't bank on that. But I could see some people picking the Rams. Kickers, if you need value, but not with such a high total, there's going to be a lot of touchdowns scored. I'm going to want pass catchers. I'm going to want running backs. Kyle Juszczyk, there seems to be like maybe once or twice a year on a showdown slate that Kyle Juszczyk, scores a touchdown and breaks the slate for us. But I think at this kind of price, he's still a little pricey. I want to say he's $2,000 in the flex. Yeah, $2,000. You still kind of need him to do something, right? $2,000, it's a decent amount of money. If he's just going to get you 2 catches for 14 yards and you only get 3 points out of it, I don't think it's going to be, enough. I think there's somebody else on the slate that could get you those measly 3 points for a way cheaper price. And so we'll just jump into him right now. It's this Gowerneck guy. I don't know too much about him, but Jay Glazer said that he's expected to start in place of Robert Woods. I don't know too much about this Gowerneck guy, but at bare minimum, and if he does get this starting role in the Rams offense, I'm going to take him without a doubt at $200. And on a slate where we absolutely need value, that's going to be where I'm going to go. He does have a questionable tag. That's something that we can monitor, as the day progresses. But from what I hear, he's going to play and he's going to get the start. What exactly does he need to do for you in this, with this price tag? So I think Gowerneck's a pretty good play. They do say he's going to get the starting role. So if he does catch, 3 balls and, for 30 yards at bare minimum price, that's pretty good. So that's kind of my Rams onslaught that I was talking about. And that leaves you with 7,800. You could see who's right here for 7,800. I don't want to give out, my entire lineup. You could even go Debo if you wanted. You can go Kittle. You can go Ayuk. You can go Elijah Mitchell. So this opens you up to a lot of opportunities. So I think Gowerneck's a good play. Don't expect too much out of him, but for his price tag, it's opening up a ton on this slate. And it's kind of the same thing over here. You don't necessarily need to play Skowronek, but if the dude does score a touchdown and he is high owned, you're gonna, really be on an uphill battle trying to get into the cash, because I do expect Skowronek to kind of have a higher a higher ownership tag on him. So those are kind of my plays for tonight's showdown slate. It is only 1:50 on Monday, so we will find out a little bit more information. Maybe who's taking first team reps, if it is Odell or Skowronek, but that's something that we'll have to monitor going into the night. If this content does help you, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you need any more of our plays, lineups, any kind of questions, we could be found at Quickie DFS on Twitter. But that's going to wrap it up for this showdown slate breakdown. I hope you guys have a good night tonight, and good luck.